instructions at the top of the screen to help us know how you find the discussion so far. This is a safe zone for all. You may ask questions, bring up concerns, or request for support at any time via the message panel. We will do our best to answer your questions during and at the end of the session. Feel free to let us know that you want to get started by typing in or sending an emoji or GIF via chat. All right, we're still waiting for those emojis or GIFs. All right, so your feedback is important. Please take a few minutes to complete the survey at the end of the session. We thank you in advance for your support. If you experience any technical difficulties, please refresh your browser by pressing Ctrl and F5 or the refresh button found at the top of your screen. If this does not resolve the issue, send a message and we will be happy to assist. Before we begin, I'd like to introduce our two speakers. Our first speaker is Mr. Eufer Pashon. Eufer is a technology specialist, enthusiast, and an education advocate. He used to work at Microsoft Philippines as a product specialist for Windows and was a territory channel manager handling accounts in the education space. He was also awarded as a Microsoft MVP for Windows System, and now he is the co-founder and chief of operations of Line Learning and Development Solutions. Joining Eufer as our second speaker is Mr. John Irwin Magno. Irwin is an advocate of adoption and change management following the ADKAR model. He used to work at Microsoft Philippines as a product specialist and account technology strategist. He was awarded as a Microsoft MVP for Office System. His achievements include being a Microsoft Innovative Educator Master Trainer, a Microsoft Certified Educator, a Microsoft Office Specialist Master, and a Global Minecraft Mentor Trainer. Without further ado, let us welcome Eufer and Irwin.
Hi everyone, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Nasaan po man kayo lupalop ng mundo?
Wow,
Thank you so much.
sosyal, lupalop talaga ng mundo, ah.
Thank you so much again for joining us in this webinar. In this webinar, we will be talking about Microsoft Word and PowerPoint today. And I'll be removing you now, Erwin, in the screen. Tama ng exposure. And we're gonna start with Microsoft Word, right? So start muna tayo. What is our goal, no, in this webinar, right? So in the last webinar, we actually uh, talk about Microsoft Outlook. How are you going to manage your email, and how are you going to connect from Outlook to Microsoft Word, 'di ba? So we edited the document, sinend natin yung email, yung document via email, and then we uploaded it in the cloud in OneDrive. Now, we will gonna discuss Microsoft Word and PowerPoint naman. How are you going to connect? So, one thing, um, before, Erwin, when you do your presentation for Microsoft Word, meron ka ng document. Anong ginagawa mo before?
So ako, ginagawa ko, certified kasi ako in terms of copy and paste. MCP ako, Eufer. So I open my Microsoft Word and then I copy the content from Word and then move it to PowerPoint. Or sometimes I do it differently. I do my PowerPoint presentations from scratch.
Okay? Yeah. So with this, no, so we will learn, okay, in Microsoft Word muna, what are the benefits of using styles, which is na-discuss na natin yan, magre-review lang tayo today. And then of course, hindi lang review. So magdadagdag pa ako kung ano pa yung pwede nating matutunan, no? Ano yung pwede nating gawin on Microsoft Word. And of course, we have to ensure that documents are free from errors. No? So grammatical errors, spelling, ganyan, conciseness, inclusiveness. So we're gonna check that later, no, with Microsoft Word. And how are you going now to connect automatically, o di ba yung word natin last time, no? Automatically, alam nyo ba na yung iyong summary or yung iyong bullet points or yung mga headings mo, you can actually forward it automatic to PowerPoint without you actually copying and pasting. Now, for PowerPoint naman, okay, bibigay ko yan kay Erwin.
Okay, so last time, diba, it was Outlook, but today it's going to be PowerPoint. One of my good friend told me about creating presentation. So sino dito? By the way, we have our emojis, we have our reactions in terms of this presentation. So kindly support us, no? Parang pwede kayo pumalakpak if you like the feature, if you love it, please do let us know. What's really nice about PowerPoint, ayun, thank you so much. Ayan. So feel namin na nandyan din kayo sa harap namin. So in terms of doing our PowerPoint presentation, you have your Word document and then what's next, diba? So most of the time, like me before, I always tend to copy and paste the content from Microsoft Word and then moving it to my PowerPoint presentation. Now, later on, I'll show you how to connect those. And at the same time, I will help you reduce your time in creating your slides. Kasi most of the time, when we create our slides, we want to make ensure na it's beautiful. In terms of the visual presentation, it's good, it's pleasing to the eyes. So later on, I'll show you how to do it in less than 5 seconds. So imagine the time that you're saving in creating those slides. And later on, during the session, I will share you some tips in terms of presenting your ideas. How will you now present your PowerPoint presentation, especially during this time that we have our online environment? So later, ayan yung goal natin for today. And I hope this is somehow related to you, especially if you're a teacher or a student or an office worker who tends to do presentations most of the time. Okay? So, Eufer?
Ayan. So, marami ka parang yung 5 seconds, parang magic yun na magde-design ka ng presentation, di ba? So, makikita nyo yan mamaya. Okay. So, just, how do you say it? Disclaimer. um, on this, our discussion will focus on, of course, Word and PowerPoint, but we will be using Windows 10 operating system. We'll be using Office 365 and Office 2019. All the features that we'll be showing you will be available in Office 365 and Office 2019. And of course, I will show you OneDrive for Business. Not part of the discussion is we'll not be going to discuss Office for Mac, Office Online, and Office on mobile. Yung Office Online, pwede nating madaanan ng konti mamaya because I'm going to discuss with you Microsoft Word Online, right? But yeah, perhaps soon, no, we can have an Office for Mac naman, di ba? So, ngayon, Windows muna tayo. Okay, so little steps tayo. Okay, so in the previous scenario, okay, dun sa last na webinar natin, so Eufer and Irwin works in Contoso using Office 365, di ba? So si Irwin, siya yung boss ko, okay, nag-send siya ng email. Okay, so in the last webinar, napag-usapan natin yung 4Ds, di ba? If I remember it correctly, tama Irwin, no? Do,
Sige.
delegate, do, delegate, defer. Hindi ko na alam kung ano yung pang-apat.
Don't forget to delete.
Delete. Ayun. So, that's the 4Ds of doing email. So, you have to do, you have to delegate. If it's, kung hindi importante, delete, and then defer. Okay? So, defer, okay, bukas mo na gagawin. Ganon, no? So, and then, Irwin sent me a Microsoft Word document, and I edited it. And then showed you how are you going to manipulate the document. Now, in this scenario, Irwin,
Yeah, so parang ano lang, 'di ba? Parang you're like watching Netflix, no? Parang sinasabi na previously from BTS. Oh, BTS. So today we're gonna do another scenario, continuation from the last one. If you haven't watched the session 1, please go to our YouTube page. Nandun po yung session 1 so that ma-refresh kayo. Okay, what are the other things na na-miss ko from session 1? Now, in terms of the session 2, what we will do is we will continue to edit the document, and Eufer will show you some of the styles of, or using the styles feature in terms of managing your document. And what's really nice is later on, for those, let me know, raise your hand, no, if guilty in terms of creating table of contents from scratch. Diba? For example, chapter 1, page 1. Chapter 2, page 2. Ayan, favorite nila. Ikaw, Eufer, napapansin mo yung, ako may makilala ko, yung table of contents nila parang Baguio eh. Zigzag yung
Yes.
table of contents nila eh. Diba? So, yan, mamaya makikita nyo si Eufer will show it to you. Sabi nga niya, auto-magically. Okay?
Yeah.
And then later on, after that, we will convert the Word document into a PowerPoint presentation. Sabi nga nakilala ko, aanhin mo ang PowerPoint presentation mo kung wala ka naman power at wala ka ring point. Okay? So, and after that, we'll do designing and I will share you how to present your ideas using Microsoft PowerPoint. So, enough with that. I think let's go on a demo, Eufer. Can you show your screen?
All right. So I have here, drag ko na lang dito para mabilis. Ayan. So I have here the document. So imagine ito yung document na ginawa natin last time. This is a different document, but as you can see here, all of these are filler words, filler text, 'di ba? Yung dummy text. So I think tinuro ko yan sa inyo before, right? So let me just zoom it in a bit. Ayan. So again, dun sa last session natin, I actually taught you how to use styles. And right now, I'll be using it again. All right. So I'll be doing this as designating this as heading 1. Okay. And then perhaps I can, let me put this as a title. All right. And then heading 1. Okay. So para mas mabilis, ano nga ulit yung shortcut dati, 'di ba? So what we do, we press control and then when you press control, makikita mo yung mouse mo pag dinala mo siya dun sa side ng iyong document, magiging pointer siya. All right, and then scroll down, then press control. Okay, for us to select multiple part of the document, no? But I think kailangan ko yatang gawin is ito muna. This one would be heading 2. I'll be doing this, making it as heading 2. And then the chapter 2 will be heading 1. So remember, di ba, dun sa table of contents mo, you have mga subheadings. So mamaya ipapakita ko sa inyo. Okay? So
kaya
again,
mo siya ginagawa na Eufer because madalas ang nakasanayan natin is we highlight the chapter titles and then we increase the font size and then Control B for bold.
Yes. Okay, so ganun yung ginagawa natin madalas, right? But right now, again, dun sa mga hindi naka-attend dun sa una, papakita ko lang sa inyo mabilis. Okay, so kung yung chapter 1 ko, ang font size niya would be, say, yung chapter headings ko would be 20. Okay, I'll make it bold and perhaps I'll recolor the font into red, for example. Okay, pero yung chapter 2 ko, hindi siya sumunod, right? What you can do is while the chapter 1 is being highlighted, go to your styles here, right-click, and then update heading 1 to match selection, and it will automatically adapt the formatting of your heading 1. Kasi si chapter 1 tsaka si chapter 2 is both heading 1. Now, how about the subheadings, the heading 2 naman? So this one, say for example, gagawin natin bold, underline, i-italize pa natin, ganyan. So if you want this formatting to be adapted to all your subheadings here, balik ka ulit sa styles, right-click, okay? Update heading 1 to match selection, and there you have it. Okay, so very easy. Now, what's nice about using your headers or your styles, sorry, you can actually collapse it, no? So pwede siyang collapsible. Okay, so you can collapse that, 'di ba? So kung in case lang you wanted to see summary of your presentation, okay, you can actually collapse it's collapsible. So meron siyang arrow diyan sa dulo, diyan sa gilid. Okay, so you can see it here, you can collapse it, right? Now, let's now add, okay? So sino dito? Ganito yung mag-add ng table of contents. So let me put this content in the next page. Ano nga ulit yung shortcut for you to do a page break? Diba? So the shortcut for you to do a page break is Control Enter. Okay? So tapos na yung sinasabi niya na enter na sandamakmak, no? So it should be Control Enter for you to create your page break. So paano mo makikita yung page break? So just click this. Okay, this one, the show and hide feature. Then you will see your page break here. Okay? Now, let me now insert a table of contents. Pero ganito muna. Ginagawa nyo ay chapter 1. Yan, manual, di ba? Chapter 1. Tapos, sandamakmak na dot hanggang sa
Uy,
dulo.
guilty.
Di ba? Taas kang kamay, sinong gumagawa niyan? Okay, page 2, ganon, di ba? Yan, dami nagtaas, di ba? Okay, so enough of that. Let me just delete this. Okay, delete natin yan. Okay, tingnan natin kung nandiyan pa yung page break natin. Okay, the page break is here. Okay, so for you to insert a table of contents, now, ito muna yung gagawin nyo ha, bago kayo mag-insert ng table of contents, kailangan maayos yung document ninyo, okay, with your styles. Okay, gamitin nyo si styles. Pag hindi nyo ginamit si styles, hindi kayo makakagawa ng automatic table of contents. Okay? So once finished formatting your document with the styles, with the headings, subheadings, ganyan, go to the references tab. Oh, sorry. Ayan, references tab, and then nandito, pinakauna, ayan. Click, and then let me insert now your table of contents. Diba? Automatically.
Meron palang references tab, Eufer.
Yun, may references tab. Ayan. Yan ha, references tab. Okay. Now, of course, yung document mo nagbabago-bago yan, di ba? So for example, yung working with documents, ilalagay ko sa next page by pressing Control Enter. So tingnan natin ha, i-zoom out ko lang ng konti para mabilis tayo. Okay, I'll press Control Enter here, put it on the next page. Ganyan. Okay, and then just
so Control Enter lang ng Control Enter.
Control
no?
Enter lang ng Control Enter.
It saves you time kasi 'di ba? Before you have to press enter na maraming beses and you have to invest for a keyboard.
For a keyboard na maganda.
Kasi yung keyboard, yung enter mababa na.
Masisira. Oo, masisira yung keyboard mo, 'di ba? So this one, just press Control Enter here, 'di ba? So ayan. So now, sabihin mo siguro Kuya Eufer or Eufer, paano na yung table of contents ko? Nagbago na yung pagination, yung paging, ganyan. So, I can actually click the table of contents, di ba? Click lang natin and then, so tingnan natin ha. Dito sa taas, meron nakalagay na update table. Okay? So by the way, if you have questions, kindly type into the chat box, okay? So that we can address it, all right? So, balik tayo dito. So, ginawa ko, 'di ba? Nandun na sa ibang page yung parts ng aking document, right? So here, what I can do is just click on the table of contents. So nakita nyo naman, 'di ba? Straight po yung table of contents natin, hindi po siya zigzag, 'di ba? So and also dito sa baba, your chapter 1, okay, it's really a heading 1 and then as you can see here, it's actually indented, 'di ba? So indented
siya pag as long as properly set up yung
Yes.
styles mo.
Yes.
Automatic sa table of contents naka-format na rin.
Yes. Okay, automatic 'yan. So halimbawa, tignan mo, maglalagay tayo dito ng isa. Okay, say for example, dito na lang sa baba. Okay, so maglalagay ako dito ng chapter, halimbawa lang. Chapter 1.1.
Uy, parang thesis lang to ah.
Parang thesis lang, di ba? So I highlight it, go back to the home tab, and then click on heading 3. Okay? Heading 3 na yan ha. So gagawin natin, say bold, and then palitan natin ng font, Algerian halimbawa. Okay? Pero wala pa rin siya sa table of contents, right? So what I can do is click on my table of contents, click update table. So if you want to update the page numbers only, wala ka pang dinagdag sa document mo, just click update page numbers. And then as you can see here, lahat ng page number nagbago na.
Before, what I do is I always tend to check yung pagka-printed yung copy.
So isa-isahin mo.
Isa-isahin ko, check ko yung pages, and then saka ko i-update yung table of contents.
Diba? Ayan. Okay. Now, so kanina nagdagdag tayo ng chapter 1.1, right? So I will click update table of contents ulit, update table. And then right now, I will select update the entire table. So once you click that, the chapter 1.1 will appear in your table of contents. And as you can see here, si chapter 1.1, no, it's already indented. So pa-diagonal siya, pa-slant siya, 'di ba? So also, if you're going to, di ba, naturo ko na sa inyo to, yung navigation pane na tinatawag, di ba? Just go on to the View tab. Okay, and then click on your navigation pane. So very easy, as you can see here, di ba? Andito lahat yung mga headings mo, your chapter 1, chapter 2, and all your headings. And what's nice about that is, when you navigate, kiklik lang natin yan. Okay, yan. Alright, and then you can actually jump to your document. Hindi na kagaya dati, anong ginagawa nyo? Dito kayo sa side. Isa-isahin nyo yan, di ba? Inisa-isa nyo. Okay, so maghahanap pa kayo. So that is your styles and your table of contents. Now, during the last session, ang ginawa natin, nag-insert tayo ng page break. But I promise you na mag-i-insert tayo ng what do you call this? Landscape. Okay, landscape na page. Kung dati ang ginagawa nyo ay, when you insert a table or chart, halimbawa na naka-landscape, what you do is you create a new document and then save your chart in that document, and then pag ipiprint niyo, isisingit nyo ngayon yung chart na yon. Okay? So, hindi po yun yung tama. Okay? Ito yung tama. Now, for example, let me just, ayan, para lang makita natin. So here, for example, I will insert, okay, a section break. Okay? Kagaya nung page break, nandito rin yan sa layout. Okay? So last time we insert page break, di ba? Ito yung page break. Now, let's use the section break. Okay? So I will insert a next page section break here. Dito sa dulo ng ating creating table of contents. Okay? So insert, click lang natin yung breaks and then click on next page. Okay? Then, I can now, dito pa tayo. Mag-insert pa ako ng isa dito. It can be continuous or it can be next page, right? So here in this document, after my section break, let me show you. Ayan, ito na yung section break natin. I can now go to the layout tab and make it as landscape. So as you can see here, naging landscape yung mga sumunod, right? Pero Eufer, yung isa lang yung gagawin kong landscape eh. Paano ko gagawin yung next, yung chapter 2 na maging portrait ulit? Maglalagay ulit ako niyan ng isa pang next page na section break. Okay? And then here, moving forward, gagawin ko siyang portrait.
So technically, Eufer, what you're trying to do ngayon is you're dividing your pages into 3 sections.
Into 3 sections.
Okay?
Okay?
Kasi naalala ko nung nag-work pa ako before, what I do is I print pag meron akong isang landscape na document or page, ang tendency ko is I print all the portrait and then I print the landscape on a separate document and then saka ko pagsasamahin once na print na lahat sila.
Yes.
So pwede palang meron ka na agad na section break tapos naka-landscape lang yung isang page.
Okay. Also, ano pa ba yung use ng section break? If you are a book reader at napapansin nyo yung may mga Roman numerals dun sa first new page, dun sa first few pages, and then Arabic na dun sa next page, okay, hindi yun separate document. Because if you created a section break in your document, this first few pages here, 1, 2, 3, this first 5 pages is one section. This landscape is another section. And this next 3 pages is another section. So pwede nyong iba-ibahin yung formatting ng inyong page numbers. Pero hindi ko yan i-discuss ngayon, no? So explore nyo na lang papaano. But pwede magkaiba yung formatting ng page number dito. For example, yung page number mo dito sa page 1 to 5 nasa right. And then nasa left yung page, yung next page, pwede mong gawin yon because you already divided your document in sections. Okay? So here, dito, pwede na akong mag-insert ng table. Diba? So I can now insert my table here na naka-landscape siya. Gumalaw yung document ko? Hindi. Because I also have my page break. Hindi ako nagpindot ng puro enter. Okay? So that's the importance of your page break and your section break. Okay? Okay po ba tayo doon? Nakuha? Okay,
Yes,
again, your
Eufer.
Yes?
Actually, nakakatawa, no? A lot of schools are actually joining us, no? So, from Divisoria High School, nandito. Thank you so
Ayan.
much. Ayan, meron pa from Isabel, feel ko, ano to?
National
Isabela
Comprehensive.
National comprehensive school.
I think Isabel lang talaga.
Ay, Isabel talaga. Okay,
Yes.
that's nice. Akala ko Isabela eh. No, and we also have from SDO Bulacan. Maraming salamat po
Yes.
for joining us.
Yeah, and shout out ko lang, my sister is also joining. So, hi kapatid. She's joining from Isabela as well. Okay. So, also, ayan. So, okay na tayo, 'di ba? Nakapag-insert ka na ng landscape. Nakita nyo naman, 'di ba? Hindi ako nag-insert or gumawa ng separate document for you to insert a landscape page, right? 'Di ba? So, ayan. Okay, so again, that's your page break and your section break. Now, of course, in some of your document, no, minsan may mga words ka na gustong palitan. Let me just hide this paragraph marks here. Ayan. So, may mga document ka na gustong palitan. For example, dito sa navigation pane, okay, ayan, so navigation pane, meron din diyang search. Okay, so you have your headings here, you have your pages. So page by page, pwede mong puntahan yung document mo. There's also a page here. Okay? So pwede kang mag-search. So say for example, video. Okay? And once you search in the video, makikita mo yung results. You have ilang results, no? 24 results of the word video. Yan. Now, what if gusto mong palitan yung word na video or gusto mong magdagdag ng letter? So, anong ginagawa mo noon, Irwin? Dadagdagan mo ito, gawin mong videos. Okay?
Parang naalala ko yan, Eufer, because may instance ako na sinabi sa akin ng prof ko doon sa thesis ko, participants, pero gusto niya respondents.
Respondents, di ba?
Nakakainis. May mga ganun tendency. So
diba?
what I did before, I press Control F and then change it manually.
Okay. Diba? Change it manually, isa-isa. So ang ginawa mo, Control F, tapos pupunta ka dyan, tapos halimbawa papalitan mo to ng animation. Halimbawa lang, di ba? So isa-isa, di ba? So, meron din palang taga Vegan City na imbag nga rabiyo kakabsat, 'di ba? Okay. So, sa mga taga Ilocano.
Akala ko Eufer, Microsoft Teams can actually talk in Ilocano, no? So
Paano daw i-delete ang sobrang landscape page? I-delete natin. 'Di ba? So, i-adjust po if you're going to delete a landscape page, for example, this one. So, let me just press Control Enter here. Dalawa na yung landscape page, di ba? So, delete lang natin. Highlight, delete. O, nawala na yung landscape page. Lahat tuloy nawala kasi natanggal na yung aking section break. So, you can actually delete your extra landscape page. Okay? So, pwede naman. Ayan. So, okay. So, right now, let me show you naman how are you going to replace those words, 'di ba? Na na-search natin, 'di ba? So video. So supposedly yung video papalitan natin ng word na animation. Okay? So in Microsoft Word, you can change a word easily, okay, using the find and replace feature. So nasaan nga ba 'yon? Okay, dito po sa editing, sa tabi lang po ng inyong styles, meron pong editing group. At nakikita nyo dyan, may find, may replace. Okay? So, since we're going to replace, I'll just click on replace here. Ayan, di ba? Or, shortcut for replace is Control H. Okay, Control H. Okay, and then let's find in video.
I was about to comment kanina, Eufer, while doing your session. No? So, meron kang find and replace. Naisip ko tuloy yung love life, diba? So parang you find, tapos na-find mo na, nahanap mo na, then you replace. Ang bilis naman.
Grabe. Tapos na po ang Valentine's. Graduate na po tayo, di ba? March na. Anyways, okay, balik tayo dito. So, you have here, you find the word video. Okay, so tignan natin find next. Ayan, di ba? I-highlight niya isa-isa. So, kung isa-isa, pwede naman isa-isa. So, pwede nating palitan, replace with, okay, animation, halimbawa. Okay, and then click on replace. So, as you can see, yung video na word dito ay napalitan na siya. Hindi ko na siya mahanap. Anyway, nandyan yun. Napalitan na yan. But, I can actually click on replace all. Okay, So once I click on replace all, sana all daw may ka-replace. Grabe ang mga hugot dito ah. Okay, so once you click on replace all, okay, yung video na word, palitan natin ng animation, replace all, okay? So sasabihin niya, we have made 8 replacements. Okay? Yan, all done. We've made 23 replacements. Okay, so 23. So kanina 'di ba 24 yung replacement yung na-search natin na video, na word, pero pinalitan natin ng animation kaya naging 23. So it's total of 23, okay, na replace natin with the word animation.
So the
That's how,
power of this
yes.
Eufer is really to save time, di ba? So
Mm.
ano ulit yung shortcut, keyboard shortcut?
Keyboard shortcut is Control H. Okay,
Control
so
H.
yeah.
Ayan.
So kung military alphabet, Control Hotel. Okay, so H is hotel in the military alphabet. All right. So we're done with the find and replace. Now let's go on editor. So magmamali lang ako dito ah. Ayan, para lang magtanggal tayo ng mga ano. Ayan.
Sorry, may nakakatuwa yung isang comment yun. So, para mag-replace ka lang ng ibang tao, magko-control H ka na lang din.
Oo, pwede, 'di ba? Nakalagay Control H to replace XBF. Grabe siya. Oh. Okay. All right. So, here in your document, no. So, let's go now to the editing naman, no. Grammar, conciseness, mga ganyan. Okay? So, what's nice with your Microsoft Word with Office 365, no? Dito sa editor, by the way, no, greet ko lang yung mga lagi natin nakakasama, baka nandito yung nakakasama natin sa live ng PC Express, 'di ba? So, hi, hello po. No, so, yan. Ngayon, nakita nyo na po ako. Dati, nagchat lang ako dun sa live ni Irwin. Si Irwin lang malakas eh. Ayan. Okay. So, here in the in my Microsoft Word, no, with the introduction, of course, ng artificial intelligence in computing. Okay? Here, etong editor na to, ito na yung ibang-iba na to kaysa yung spell checker dati sa Microsoft Word. Ano nga ulit yung shortcut ng spell checker? No? So kung sino makakapagsabi dyan? Ayan. So, andyan si Miss Reza. Okay, suki daw siya sa PC Express. Hello, ma'am. Ayan. So, okay. So, in the editor, before in Microsoft Word, lagi ko namang ginagamit to. Okay? I always press F7. Ayan, si Ferds, di ba? F7. Okay, for you to do spell check and in Microsoft Word. Okay, or even in PowerPoint. Pag nag-press ka ng F7, there's a spell checker. Okay, but right now, if you press F7, okay, dadalhin ka niya sa right pane, which is your editor. So as you can see, it will show you total suggestions. So spelling. Okay, so meron akong dalawa, di ba? So palitan natin ng picture and then palitan natin ng animation, for example. So meron pa siyang 5 total suggestions. So once you see a double line, okay, double underline na blue, it actually denotes grammatical error. Okay, so grammar naman. Okay, for example, ano yung mali? Okay, yung mali is kulang siya ng comma. Okay, so lagyan mo ng comma, ayan yung correction niya. Ito yung mali. Then you're gonna add, sabi niya, after an introductory word or phrase. O, di ba? Natututo ka rin ng English and grammar, di ba? Add, phrase, a comma is best. So, mag-add ka ng comma. Okay? And then, where. Okay? Word remembers where. So, kailangan daw may period. Okay? Di ba? Sabi nung teacher ko, nung grade 4 ako, pag hindi ka daw naglagay ng period dun sa dulo ng sentence mo. So, babasahin mo yan as word remembers where hanggang walang tuldok. Diba? So, kailangan daw lagyan ng tuldok or punctuation mark. So, click on where. And then, let's just accept the other corrections here. But, okay. This one, okay, may ipapakita ko sa inyo feature. If this document is uploaded in OneDrive or in the cloud, as you can see here, this document is available in the cloud. Ayan siya, oh. Naka-auto-save siya. I-open ko lang po sa cloud ito. Saglit na lang. Okay. Let me just open this in the cloud. Let me just pull up this file. Okay. All right. I'll just pull it out and view it online. Okay, so yan. This is the same document. This is the same document that we created. Okay, so yan. So as you can see, may table of contents tayo, di ba? I have a page break here, so makikita nyo lahat yung page break, right? But what I want to show you is the capabilities of the editor. So kung dito sa Microsoft Word, yan, dito sa Microsoft Word na naka-install sa aking computer, I have here so much suggestions on the grammar on editor. Ito kasi, this is something new, no? This is not yet implemented in the Microsoft Word desktop version. But in the online version, let me show you. Okay, kunin lang natin. Balik tayo dun sa, ayan. Once you click the editor, mas marami pa siyang suggestions. Let me show you, ha? Okay. So see, here, you can do it, you can set it into a formal writing. It can be formal. Okay. And then makikita nyo dyan yung mga suggestions. You can put it into a professional writing. So pag professional, makikita nyo magbabago yung mga suggestions niya. Or you can put it into a casual writing. Okay. So here, punta tayo sa professional. Okay, so kanina, meron siyang 4 grammatical suggestions. So it's the same here in the online version of Microsoft Word. Now here, dito sa clarity, refinements, di ba? So clarity, ayan. So magbibigay siya ngayon ng suggestion. A simpler word here would be clearer for your reader. So it will, with the artificial intelligence employed, okay, it will show you ano yung best word na gagamitin. Okay, rather than, ayan, supplies, di ba? So, papalitan mo lahat yan. Okay, so isa-isa. Also, inclusiveness. Okay, with the world that we are living now, dapat daw inclusive tayo. So, paano yung inclusiveness? Tignan natin, ha? Click natin yung inclusiveness. So, nakalagay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So, mas inclusive daw. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just is pertaining to men and women. How about your brothers and sisters in the LGBTQ? Halimbawa, di ba? So para mas inclusive siya, okay? So let's put in a gender neutral term, which is people. Yan, di ba? That's how you're going to do it in your Microsoft Word. So as you can see here, once you're editing it, tumataas yung editor score mo, di ba? And then also you have your text prediction. And if you click here, document stats, yan. So makikita mo dyan, readability. So very important din yung readability. Kasi, sabi nila, mas mababa yung readability, okay, yung mas mababa yung score dito, mas madali siyang basahin. On a 78 Flesch Kincaid score, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, Irwin, no? Lalo na sa mga kumukuha ng writing, di ba? Kapatid ko, for sure, alam niya to. Mas mababa, mas maganda, mas mabilis basahin. Pag ganito daw, 78, ibig sabihin, yung mga babasa na dito is mga scholar na, di ba? Yung mga may PhD na, ganyan. So it should be what a lower score. Okay, so yan, total suggestions, 15. To speak, 11 minutes, di ba? Characters, so nandyan lahat yung document statistics mo. And marami pang iba. So yan. So, next, balik ako dun sa, so okay na tayo, grammatical check na, okay na, good na yung document natin to go. Now, what I can do now is go back to my desktop document, okay, on my Microsoft Word in the desktop, and dadalhin ko na siya sa PowerPoint. Okay, paano ko siya dadalhin sa PowerPoint without me doing copying and pasting? So here, of course, my command dyan, send to Microsoft PowerPoint, nilagay ko lang dyan. So if you are that person who is, doing presentations, no, from Microsoft Word to PowerPoint, okay, pwede nyo gawin to. Kung lagi nyo ginagamit tong button na to, I can actually put it here into your quick access toolbar. Okay? So, gagawin natin dyan, go to your quick access toolbar. Ito, ang tawag dito sa taas is your quick access toolbar, and then click on the drop down. Okay, and then click on more commands. Okay? Yan. So in your quick access toolbar, magdadagdag tayo ng isang command, yung send to Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, so I'll go to all commands here and then press S. Ayan. For me to look for the send to Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, I'll just click on add. Okay, and then click on OK. Ayan, moment of truth. Okay, gumana ka, please, gumana ka. Ayan. So, by clicking this button here, para ma-transfer natin kay Irwin, okay, click that button, and then it will actually start a PowerPoint presentation. Kunin ko lang, nandito lang sa kabila. Okay. So, as you can see now, I have here my heading 1, or my title, the BTS presentation, and then I have my chapter 1, and then I have my chapter 2. Okay? Bakit ganyan? Parang kailangan ko munang i-close yung document na to for me to go back. No? So let me just close this document here. Kaya pala, hindi siya nag-upload. Okay? Let me just resolve that. Close muna yung document kasi naka-open siya both on my online version. Let me just close those first. And then go back to my Word document here. Open natin ulit. Okay, and then, ayaw pa rin niyang i-upload. So, yan talaga pag live.
Well, but you get the picture, diba? So,
Yes.
technically, if you create sections and then you create styles, you use heading 1, heading 2, when you click on the icon send to PowerPoint,
Yes.
it automatically puts them to your PowerPoint presentation without you copy and pasting.
Yes.
Especially
so
the
once
headings.
You click this, no, I'll show you lang. At dahil hindi nga siya hindi siya naka-save, mag-open ako ng ibang document. Okay, so this one, hopefully ayaw pa rin niya talaga. Let me just open this document back. So, ayan, kailangan mo nang ma-resolve to, no? Let me just ganito lang 'yan. Ilagay natin somewhere na hindi nag-upload muna dito sa downloads. Okay? Let me just open back that document. Ayan. Okay. So here, click this one. Okay na ba siya? Ayan, tuloy.
Oh, by the way, parang na-experience nyo ba yan? Yung word not responding. Ayan.
Yan,
so,
no. Diba?
Experience nyo na po ba yan?
Of course, marami
Like
nag-experience yan. Let me just, ayan, open ko na ulit. Ayan. Alright. So here, once I click, ayan, send to PowerPoint, okay, it will open up my PowerPoint presentation. Ayan. So, okay na. Ayan. So, pupunta na siya dito, Contents, BTS Session, Chapter 1, Microsoft Word, ayan. And then, Chapter 2, Microsoft Outlook. Diba? So, wala pa akong ginawa. Hindi ko po kinopy-paste yan. Hindi po yan hocus-pocus. Okay? It will really, based dun sa inyong Microsoft Word document, just click that send to PowerPoint and then it will automatically create your presentation outline. And that's it for me. I'll give now the floor to Irwin.
Yeah, thank you so much, Eufer. So I'll just share my screen just to show you na parang I'm using my computer now. So again, this is very helpful, especially for the students, no? If you're creating your thesis writing, you have your documents in place, and then at the same time, you want to create your PowerPoint presentation at the same time, you can actually do that in just simple clicks. Now, the scenario kanina where you first showed you is using Microsoft Word, sending it to PowerPoint. Now, in the scenario wherein you're starting with PowerPoint, and so I'll just create new. Another way of doing that is to go to the Insert tab, okay, and then from here, look for the new slide icon, click onto the drop-down arrow, and then choose Slides from Outline. When you click on that, automatically it will show you a dialog box, and then that's the time you just look for your Word document file. So in that scenario, that's Word to PowerPoint demo. I'll just click on insert. Same process and same look and feel from Eufer. Lalabas din dito yung table, yung headings mo, yung titles mo. We have here the contents. Remember, this coming from the table of contents. If you don't need that, you just delete it. Okay, you can actually insert different outlines from different documents. So let's say you have, diba, in a semester, chapter 1, let's say chapter 1 to 3 for thesis A, and then chapter 4 and 5 on thesis B. So you can actually include those documents or here inside the PowerPoint. So automatic nandyan na siya. Okay?
Wait, teka lang. Matanong ko lang, pero 'di ba ang dami kong mga words na nilagay dun sa document ko, 'di ba? May paragraphs ako. Bakit hindi siya sumama?
Okay, so
Yan.
tip for you. First tip that I can share to you, especially those who are presenting. Of course, pag nagpa-PowerPoint presentation or nagpe-present ka using a presentation slides like PowerPoint, is you don't need those unnecessary text. When you say unnecessary text, when you present naman, you don't put everything eh. Kasi what your aim to do is to really share your idea. Usually, ang target mo dyan is less than, actually, may nagsasabi na nga ngayon, less than 7 words per slide.
Yes.
Imagine that. Diba? Para maiwasan natin yung information overload. Kasi when you present, it's more of you doing storytelling. Diba, Eufer? So, rather than putting it doon sa content slide mo, you put it here onto the notes pane. Of course, you don't want to put din naman lahat ng notes mo or coming from a Word document file, ilalagay mo dito. You just put there your salient points, yung mga important na ideas in terms of your PowerPoint presentation. So, ayan po. Okay, wag nyo pong gagawin na insert nyo po slides kasama po yung mga text nyo or content inside your PowerPoint presentation. Again, the bullet points like this one, the chapter 1, remember this is heading 1. What Eufer did, we have chapter 2 for heading 2, and then chapter 1.1, kaya siya naka-indent is naka-heading 3. Okay? So that's the power of your style. So nagkaroon po ng extra dito because kanina si Eufer created a section slide or a section page. Diba? Nag-section break siya wherein meron din naka-header kasi. So kaya hidden. You just delete pag kailangan mo.
By the way, dun sa mga late ha, so this is recorded. So i-upload po namin sa YouTube channel to so you can always go back and watch the recording.
Okay. So, nandiyan na yung outline mo in terms of creating your PowerPoint presentation. The next thing that you want to do is to create some designs using your PowerPoint presentation. So, for you to do that, dati, ikaw, Eufer, paano mo dinidesign tong slide number 2 na to?
Ay, syempre, mag-insert ako ng mga pictures dyan, ganyan, isa-isahin ko, di ba? Kung ano-anong gagawin ko dyan, di ba? So, napakahirap dati. Kasi hindi ako marunong, di ba? So right now, ituturo namin sa inyo yung mga best practices. Yeah.
Yes. And imagine, di ba, especially if you're a student, marami kang mga assignments na kailangan mo ipasa and you need to create a presentation slide, or you as an office worker, what you really need to do is to create slides, di ba? Pero technically, part of my JD is not creating PowerPoint slides, di ba? So, ang kailangan ko lang is really more of giving data and then helping my colleague para pag pinesent nila, it's easier for them to present it to the customers, di ba? Parang ganun. Now, here, the power of your PowerPoint presentation or PowerPoint tool, you just click on slide number 2 and go to the Insert or Design tab, and you have this feature called Design Ideas. So when you click on Design Ideas, what it does is it will actually show you, using the AI capability of Microsoft, it can actually show you possible look and feel of your slide, the current slide that you have, and gives you the best look na pwede mong gamitin in presenting. So let's say, for example, let's test. So if I click here on the second thumbnail, you will actually see na merong, may working with documents and then using styles, and then we have creating table of contents. So imagine before, if you need to rearrange those texts, and then at the same time you have to look for icons, you have to look for images, PowerPoint is actually doing that for you. That's the power of your cloud with the AI capability of your PowerPoint or Office 365. Ayan. So, sino ba? Ayan. Nasubukan niyo na po ba yan?
Paano
Ayan.
pag kapag inopen ko na yung document, yung presentation na yan sa ibang computer, will it retain the design?
Okay. So, good question, Eufer. So, of course, the cool thing with PowerPoint, since naka-PPTX yan, the format from 2007 to 2019, almost the same yan. So, some of the capabilities lang, if you include, just to share lang, no? If you include advanced functionalities or features using the 2019 version or the 365, hindi siya naki-carry over or pag naka 2007 yung gamit. So, nadi-disable lang. Pero technically, the look and feel, yung mga simple na ganyan, naka-save yan. Okay? Pero may mga functionalities like the PowerPoint Zoom, it doesn't work in 2007. So, parang ganun lang. Okay? So, any questions pa, Eufer, aside from that? Or you want to share something?
I'm good.
Okay. So, ayan. Thank you so much. Now, another challenge natin, di ba, when we create, for example, meron tayo mga bullet points, planning, analysis, design. Okay lang naman, di ba, when you present these bullet points. Kasi less than 7 words nga, di ba? But of course, you want to make it visually appealing. Again, the only way to do it, di ba, or the fastest way to do it, is just click on design ideas. Di ba? And then, automatically, PowerPoint can actually recommend. Di ba? So, marami. It also includes images, no, na pwede mong gamitin. Sometimes when you click an option, you can click more or see more ideas. And see, PowerPoint will just generate more ideas that you can choose. Diba? So, gone are the days na you have to go on to do black and white. Actually, tip for everyone din, no? Tip number 2 in terms of presentations. You don't want to go black and white. Why? Because some students or some viewers, in terms of looking at your PowerPoint slides, the challenge there is masakit siya sa mata if it's purely black and white, 'di ba? So sometimes you have to do contrast pa. So ito ginagawa niya, you can choose different templates na pwede mong gamitin, and then from there you'll work on top, 'di ba? Yes, Eufer, you were saying something.
So hindi, kasi kung dati hirap na hirap kang mag-design, ngayon ang hirap na hirap ka ng pumili ng design.
Okay, by the way, no, we're talking about design, no. Another tip then, design tip for everyone. Please refrain from changing the templates. Okay, so if you have this kind of PowerPoint presentation na ganito yung look and feel and even the colors, tendency yung iba, they always change kasi yung mga next slide. So sometimes that may disconnect. Okay, so gagawin mo yan most of the time pag iba na yung topic na i-discuss mo. So, yun yung pwede nyong gawin in terms of your designing PowerPoint presentation. Okay?
Now, for Irwin, sorry.
Yes.
We have a question here in the chat from Miss Eileen and Miss Melissa. So, they're both using version 2019. Sabi nila, bakit daw minsan meron, minsan wala, or minsan wala talaga?
Okay. So, good question. Maraming salamat, no? So, again, if you have questions or clarifications, please do let us know. The design ideas, this one, only works if you have internet connection. Okay? Kasi nga, remember, what PowerPoint is doing is it's creating or generating artificial intelligence. So, kumukuha siya ng ideas from the cloud, kung ano yung magagandang look and feel, and then from there, saka siya nag-generate. Kaya siya minsan naka-turn off. Okay, and I think, I'm not sure, no, Eufer, correct me if I'm wrong, if design ideas is included in PowerPoint 2019 na hindi Office 365.
I will check. Balikan ka tayo ng bit, no?
Yeah, okay. So, kasi there are a lot of changes in terms of the features and functionalities, no? So, kasi dati ang alam namin, in terms of using Office 365, kunyari, naka 2016 ka before, nirelease yung new feature in 2017. So, dapat in 2019, nandun na yung mga new features, but not everything is part of the Office na standalone na tinatawag or yung perpetual license. Ayan. So, medyo may licensing lang tayo. Pero yung challenge naman kasi doon is hindi mo na-maximize yung mga capabilities, yung power ng AI or yung mga new features na dinideliver ni Microsoft in terms of new features. Yes, Eufer.
Yeah, so what's nice about kasi using Office 365, no, it's always updated. So, ang maganda dyan, whatever update na binigay o nilabas ni Microsoft, right there and then makukuha mo yung update. So, if you're using Office 365, automatic yan, no? So, by the way, design ideas is not available in Office 2019 actually. It's purely on Microsoft Office 365 talaga siya.
So, tip, okay, paano mo nalaman if what's your license? You just click on File, go to your account section or tab, and then nakalagay po dyan na Microsoft 365 or kung nakapaw Office 2019 ka, dito nyo po makikita. Okay, again, design ideas only works if you have internet connection and at the same time, kailangan naka-Office 365 ka. Okay, again, the latest version that you can install in using Office 365 is 2019. Office 2019. Okay? Now, Eufer, another challenge for you. Pag nag-insert ka ng picture, saan ka kukuha?
Pupunta ako sa browser dati. Magsisearch ako isa-isa, da-download ko, save as or copy, ganyan. But the thing is, hindi ko alam na pwede pala akong makasuhan doon sa mga ginagawa ko dati when I was in college, di ba?
So, di ba, maraming ngayon in terms of data privacy, maraming laws in terms of yung plagiarism, di ba?
Licensing, yes.
Licensing, ayan. So, syempre, if you're a teacher or ikaw as an office worker, you don't want to go to the court.
Correct.
So, yun iniwasan natin. So, let me give you some tips in terms of that. Para hindi nyo maiwasan natin yung mga ganong scenario. So, if you have your own, you can actually use this device. So, this is the traditional way of doing it. But what's really nice about PowerPoint is you can actually include stock images and online pictures. So, without me opening a browser, what I can do is I just click on online pictures. Let's say I want to type here education, just to show you what I mean. And then, what's really nice, automatic yung mga pictures na lang na kailangan mo shows automatically dito sa PowerPoint presentation mo. You just click and choose kung ano yung kailangan mo. And then you can, by default, naka-check yung Creative Commons. Ibig sabihin, you're free to use it. Just make sure that, ayan, you are responsible for respecting other rights, diba? Or yung copyright. So once you click on insert kasi, what will happen there is kasama even the source. Ayan. So from here, hindi nyo na nakikita, pero right down below, no? Ayan, may mga image or may mga URL na nakalagay. So, or hyperlinks.
Yeah.
Ayan. This photo is by unknown author, is licensed under by CC, etc., etc. Okay? Now, another tip that I can share to you, this is something new, no? If you click onto the insert picture, you also have the option to click on stock images. This is actually new. Ayan. Favorite ko to. Actually, si Eufer madalas ginagamit to.
Yeah, I always use stock images.
Correct. So from here, you have a lot of new ideas na pwede mo gamitin. You can click on environment. Okay, these are free to use. Ayan. So if you want to have Zen, you just click on insert. There you go. Nandiyan na yung mga images mo. And remember, ayan, di ba? Ang challenge mo, ay, ang tatlo na yung image na nilagay ko. How do I put it in my slides na maayos siyang tignan? Going back, the design ideas gives you suggestions to the right side. And then look. Diba? You can actually choose from there na lang. And sometimes, PowerPoint automatically crops yung images that you include. Ayan. So there you go. You can have this one. Diba? So for me, medyo dramatic if I have circles. Diba? So Zen kasi. So ayan, that's the power of your slides or design ideas with stock images. Okay? Now, the next thing that I want to show you is the power of transitions. So let's say, imagine I have this, okay, I'm showing you an idea about education. So let's say, ang focus here is the text, but the next slide, I want to focus dito sa image ng mga students. So the power of creating transitions to make an impact of your, sorry, that's my baby. Okay, so the power of working from home. Nandiyan din kasama yung classmate mo. Ayan, there you go. So dati, in terms of creating animation, what we do is we create animation na nag-zoom in. Ikaw, you forget ba? Zino-zoom in mo ba yan? Diba? Tapos, at the same time,
Yung
ina-hide
path.
mo.
Ano nga yun?
Di-
Yung path.
yung
Path
motion
animation.
path,
Motion
diba?
path.
Ayan.
Yes. Yes. I remember
Correct.
that. Pakahirap kaya nun?
So, di ba, how long usually ginagawa mo pag gumagawa ka ng presentation slides?
Yung dalawang slide na yan, gagawan mo ng motion path, mga 15 to 30 minutes kasi tatansyahin mo pa yung pag-move ng mga mga pictures eh.
O, di ba, dapat sakto.
Yes.
So, mga 15 to 30 minutes, depende kung how complex your animation is, no? Pero ako, if I may suggest to everyone, if you're using Office 365, you just click on transitions and make use of this powerful animation called, or transition called Morph. So if I click on Morph, without me creating, di ba, na one by one, di ba, etc., mag-move pa, why not do it like this, di ba? Parang automatic nag-zoom in na lang from that image. Okay, you can actually use that also if gumagamit ka ng mga text, di ba? So let's say nag-equals rand lang ako, let's say naglagay ako dito ng word na fox. Okay? So you can click on Morph, Transition, and then aside from using the objects, you can choose words. Oops, I think my words here is, okay, baka ano siya, case sensitive. Okay, so let me just click here. Ayan, there you go. Fox, case sensitive siya. Or you can even choose characters, di ba? Parang Avengers lang, di ba? Nag-a-adjust yung text, di ba? May mga ganyan animation na. So, the good thing there is it creates, from your static presentation, it creates a mood, or it helps your attendees or participants to actually get engaged with your presentation slides. Kasi may dating yung PowerPoint presentation mo. And again, don't use wordy text. Ayan. Kung ako yung Filipino teacher, may mga unlapi, gitlapi. So, pwedeng ito yung root word. Parang ganyan lang. Okay? Now, last thing that I want to share before we end is when you present your ideas na. So, nandyan na. Automatic ready ka na. No? And the power of the notes pane, for those na hindi pa gumagamit ng notes pane, yung gumagamit ng mga index card or keyboard, di ba? Or let's say yung may mga prompter pa sa likod, social, may prompter, or overhead projector, di ba? So, why not just put it in the notes pane? Okay? Kasi the power of the notes pane can actually help you pagdating sa presentation mo. Okay? So, how does it work? So, if you click on the presentation mode, makikita nyo lang, ito yung static. Ito yung common na nakikita natin, no? Pero if you are connected to another monitor or projector, automatic, pag naka-present ka na, pag presentation mode mo, automatic pupunta siya tinatawag sa presenter's view. Okay? So, it goes to the presenter's view. Now, if you want to practice, and paano yun? Wala naman ako extended monitor for me to practice. So, what you can do is to right-click onto your slide and click on Show Presenter's View so that you can practice na. Ayan. So, from here, I think hindi ko naman masyado kailangan yung slides ko. I can adjust. Okay. I want to focus on the text. So, nandito na yung mga notes ko. And the good thing here is you have your timer. If you're exceeding, dapat by 7:15 tapos na ako. Or, di ba, nandito yung 7:05 or 30 minutes ako nagpe-present. So, you can actually practice. And you have advanced capabilities like moving from one slide to another slide. So ikaw, Eufer, remember yung slide number 1 mo, you have to jump to slide number 7. Paano mo siya ginagawa? I think naka-mute kaya.
Naka-mute pala ako. So,
yes.
enter ako ng multiple times. By the way, yan yung notes ko kanina. Ay, hindi nakikita. Ayan, oh. Kala mo, may notes pane ka, may notes ako. Oh. So, nilista ko yung mga ide-demo ko. Baka ako makalimutan ko eh, di ba? So, yan. But, again, no, this is a nice feature of PowerPoint wherein you can read your notes. So, imagine yung mga professors, mga emeritus, ganyan, mag-deliver sila ng presentation, di ba? Akala nyo, memorize nila lahat. Binabasa lang nila yon, nandyan sa notes pane nila.
Ako, Eufer, just to share lang, no, during our thesis days, mangha-mangha yung mga ibang classmates namin. Why? Kasi what we did, naka-presenters view kami, And then, ang ginagawa namin, imagine you're in a classroom. Yung
Yep.
PowerPoint presentation mo, yung laptop mo nakatingin sa'yo, and then nakaharap ka dun sa panelist.
Yes.
Diba? So, ang ganda nun dating when you present, you're very confident kasi nakikita mo yung notes mo here. Okay?
Yes.
So, technically, huwag mo nang basahin, pero at least mag-practice ka naman, diba? Pero yung impact kasi is, you're confident. You're actually using your hands to relay your message kasi plus factor yan when you present. Diba? Kasi nakikita nila you're using hand gestures. That's another way for you to communicate. Okay? Now, remember the scenario kanina ni Eufer? Jumping to one slide to another, diba? So from slide number 2, I'm slide number 2 out of 9. If I want to jump to slide number 7, I can click on see all slides and then I can jump to slide number 7. Okay? So the participants can actually see in the projector, ang mangyayari is, nag-slide number 2 lang siya or the next slide or slide number 3. Diba? Pero technically, nagja-jump ka na ng slides. This actually happens to me a lot of time, no? Parang pag-present kami ni Eufer from different cities. Minsan kinukulang talaga sa oras. Diba? So, pag kinulang ka na sa oras, you have to jump to different slides. And the challenge, if you're pressing enter a lot of times, kumakain din siya ng oras in terms of your presentation.
And plus, syempre, diba, sasabihin ng mga audience mo, hindi niya alam yung slide na yun, kaya niya nilagpasan, diba? So, halatang halata.
Correct. So again, you have the tools naman, you have to maximize it, So minsan pag may mga charts na nilalagay mo inside Excel, you can actually zoom in. May magnifier din diyan. Or if you want to present na kunyari everyone, okay, please focus on me. Don't look at the slides. So instead of going to sa projector to turn off mo or may remote ka, you just click here, black or unblock slide. So makikita nila naka-black na yung screen and everyone is going to focus on you.
Uy, diba? Very useful yan para sa mga hindi nakakaalam . So remember, ako nung college kami, 'di ba? Yung teacher namin gagamit siya ng projector, right? Ang ginagawa niya, kukuha siya ng panyo or ng index card, papel, ganyan, just to para lang sarahan yung yung projector, right? Pero syempre nag-evolve na yung mga projector ngayon, meron na rin silang filter, 'di ba? Pero if walang ganun, walang filter yung projector mo, just press black or B in your keyboard, tama?
Yes.
Okay?
Or
so
W for
or
white.
W for white. Ayan.
So gagamit may reason yan, no? Yung black and white, no? So black if you really want everyone to focus on you, pero pag nagpo-project ka naman and siguro may whiteboard marker ka and hindi nakikita, actually it amplifies pag ginawa mong white yung screen. So pag nagsulat ka, everyone can see it clearly. Okay? We also have here yung sinasabi ni Eufer called the pointer. Ayan. So you have your pen, you have your laser pointer. Okay? So you can actually, keyboard shortcut, you press control to your keyboard and then left click dun sa slides mo. Magkakaroon ka agad ng laser pointer. When you release the control to your keyboard, automatic mawawala yung laser pointer. So remember, dati pag nagpe-present ka, okay lang if you're using a projector Okay, makikita yung laser pointer mo, pero pag naka-project ka using a monitor na CRT or kahit sabihin mo ng OLED, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Nagba-bounce na lang din yung light, hindi na masyado makita. So if that happens, if you're creating or using PowerPoint presentation as a tool in presenting your ideas, ayan, you just press or hold control to your keyboard and then left click and hold using your mouse. Ayan, nakikita nyo na, you can highlight. Or if you really want to write, you just click here on the pen. Okay, mas maganda if you have your stylus. Okay? Now, are we done? Not yet. One more thing. Ayan. So, one more thing, no? Siyempre, nandyan na, may notes ka, confident ka na, pero sometimes, you want to have that confidence, di ba? When you present, especially pag you're working with a multinational company and the only medium for you to discuss is English. Okay? So, paano ako magpa-practice? Here, if you have your Office 365 in PowerPoint, if I click on slideshow, meron tayong tinatawag na rehearse with coach. So if I click here on rehearse with coach, okay, I hope everyone can see my screen, meron dialog box dito sa lower right corner to start rehearsing. So what it does, it gives you live feedback when you rehearse. Okay? So, make sure na, or ensure show real-time feedback para every time na you practice, sinasabihan ka na kung ano yung kailangan mo baguhin. So, I'll start rehearsing now. Welcome to the session today. We are live in the BTS session. We're gonna talk about Microsoft Word, and what's really nice here is working with documents, and yeah, there you go. So it actually detects that you are actually doing fillers like actually and So kami ni Eufer, actually madalas ang sinasabi ko, pero what's really nice here is your presenter coach gives you feedback in terms of presenting your ideas, diba? So ayan, and actually you have to stop saying those things. Actually, if you talk faster, what's really nice about PowerPoint, it can actually tell you that you're talking too fast. Maybe you start doing something, etc., etc. So ayan, nag-ums na naman, etc. So, or if you're talking too slow, ayan, and avoid. Okay, so minsan pag may mga narinig siya na profane language, it will stop you from telling those things, diba? Okay? Let's say, for example, I have a wordy text, and then what I did is I tried to read it like the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Ayan. So, try avoid reading the slides and summarize your key points. Diba? So, yan yung power ng presenter coach. So, I'll stop there, okay? Or probably I'll just finish my slides. And once you finish your presentation, it will open a dialog box and tell you what's your performance during the session. Ayan, di ba? So you have here the summary. You were able to rehearse 9 slides, and that's only 1 minute and 30 seconds. That's actually so fast naman, di ba? So fillers, ayan, avoid using and actually nasabi mo siguro in terms of the sensitive phrases, your words per minute. No, ay sasabihin niya if you're too slow or too fast, okay? And your pacing, sometimes, ang ginagawa din niya, even your tonality, if monotonous yung voice mo, it can actually detect. Okay? And if you read your slides here, there you go, originality, sinabi mo, binasa mo lang din, sayang. Okay? So you can rehearse again and try to improve your score. So, at least, diba, dito, may nagsasuggest na sa'yo. Now, Eufer, kala mo tapos na dyan.
Ay, hindi pa ba tapos?
Yes.
So, dati nung nagpe-present ako, hihilahin ko yung kapatid ko eh. Tapos, magpe-present ako sa kanya, di ba? Then, she'll give me feedback, di ba? So, ganun dati.
So, remember yung power ng Office 365, no? So, you always get the latest version. And what I'm using right now is the PowerPoint online. So, whatever you do, ayan yung kinaganda ngayon ng workplace natin, no? Whether what you're using, a device, a computer, or a phone, okay, you can actually jump from different devices, no? So, here, I'm actually using my PowerPoint presentation, and 2 weeks ago, okay, yung slideshow natin, remember yung rehearse with coach? Ayan, yung rehearse with coach. Okay, so sometimes it takes some time lang, no? So, let me just open another PowerPoint presentation. Okay.
I think dahil naka-open din sa ibang ano yan, sa desktop mo.
Okay, so let me just close this. Okay. Or sometimes din kasi binabasa niya rin eh. So, or check niya in terms of how long. So, let me just look for or just create na lang a PowerPoint presentation. No? Pwede na naman. Okay, I'll click on PowerPoint. Okay, I'll create a simple gallery. Ayan. So, check na muna natin. Okay, naka-disable pa eh. So, later, I'll check it. Pero just to show you lang, yung update in terms of using Presenter Coach is this. So, I click on Slideshow. Okay, and then meron tayong Rehearse with Coach. If you click onto the drop-down arrow, it gives you this Show Body Language Feedback. Okay, so may body language feedback. Yes, di ba? So dati nahihirapan tayong gawin 'yan, di ba? Na parang okay, lalo na ngayon na online. So let me just create another slide. Sige. Para lang magkaroon pa tayo ng details. Ayan, new slide, title and content, add slide. There you go. Okay. So I'll just type here equals rand, open and close. Ayan. Okay, let's try again. I'll go to slideshow. Medyo weird, no? I think maybe it's because of my internet connection, no? Using AI din kasi. Can you try Eufer on your end?
Let
Just
me
in case
check.
lang.
Okay. Let me just open yung ating presentation. Where is that? Session 2. Okay. Open online. Just check it here. If gumagana, then I'm gonna share my screen.
Yes, please. Ayan. So, again, remember, pag nagpe-present ka, dati, okay lang, you can use freehand or what. Now, since we're working from home, what's really nice about this new update in the Rehearse with Coach or Presenter Coach, can actually detect if you're too near to your camera or if you're too far or if you close or you put your hand in dun sa face mo, so may blocking, and then if kunyari hindi ka nakatingin sa camera, it can actually detect.
All right, so
Okay?
I think I have it. Let me share my screen lang.
Oh, ba't ganun? Bigla din sa akin umokay.
Ayan, go.
Weird yun, ha? Okay, so sige, let's click here, show body language. There you go. Ayan. Kailangan tinatakot muna, Eufer. Diba? So I'll just click on allow my microphone. Okay, and use my camera. Okay.
I think kailangan mong i-turn off yung camera mo sa Teams because it's being used.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Eufer. So let's, ayan, there we go. I'll start rehearsing now. You can see my video now here. And then I'll talk about the session 2 Better Together series. And let's say I decided to, ayan, so move farther away from the screen. So para makita lahat. The distance now is perfect. Now let's say if I go far, ayan, diba? Move closer to the screen or probably ayan, try varying your pitch, diba? Mas powerful pa so far dun sa sa update dun sa online. Oh, keep the area in front of your face clear, di ba? So pag may mga blocker, yun yung sasabihin niya. And let's say I look outside the screen, so may tendency ako na tumingin sa iba, di ba? So I can always do that, and then magbibigay na naman siya. Face the camera to show engagement with your audience. So it gives those visual cues using the AI capability. Yan yung power ng artificial intelligence, di ba? So from here, let's say I can turn off real-time feedback if I want to continue. Pag natapos naman yung session, let's say here, let's end it. Magbibigay pa rin siya ng review. So remember the pitch, ayan, kung monotonous ka, kung monotone ka, you don't want to go there. Kailangan yung pitch mo changes, 'di ba? So ito yung target mo, dapat hindi pababa kasi minsan nakakantok yan or if you too high, masyadong noisy. Okay? Tapos in terms of body language, ayan yung eye contact, ayan, 'di ba? Nagbibigay ng screenshots na ito yung ginawa mo, even the distance. So nagte-take siya ng screenshot for that. Okay? So another is yung repetitive language, let's say, iwasan mo yung let's say, ganyan. So mas marami because ito, si PowerPoint Online directly connects with the server ng Microsoft. Okay? So yun yung kinaganda. So may flexibility ka to use the desktop version. Okay? So mas maraming features, of course, in the desktop version, and you can actually do it offline. And then if you're using the online version, limited, but in terms of the functionalities na, lalo na pag AI, mas marami siyang binibigay na suggestions. Okay? Now, I think that's it for us in terms of the demo. Let me just go back to my screen, no? Ayan. So, what we've discussed for today, ayan. So, Eufer, Microsoft Word?
Ayan. So, again, no, in Microsoft Word, napag-usapan natin, we actually expounded on styles. We collapse it, we expand it, diba? So when you put in or when you use your styles in your document on your headings, you can collapse your headers, diba? And also, we created table of contents automatically after we implement styles in our headings. And of course, yung promise ko sa inyo last time, no, pinakita ko sa inyo yung section break. No? Section break is a way for you to add a landscape orientation page in the document. Pero hindi lang naman yun, di ba, yung section break, di ba? As I've said, the section break will allow you to divide your document into multiple sections so that in case, for example, magkakaibang topic na yon and then magkakaiba yung header tsaka footer mo and including the pagination, pwede mong palitan using your section break. Okay? And also, I taught you how to find and replace those words rather than finding it, Control F, tapos isa-isahin mong papalitan. No? So, with this one, just click or press Control H in your keyboard to find those words that needs replacement and then replace it with a new word. And lastly, pinag-usapan natin how are you going to edit your document, no? Both in your desktop version of your Microsoft Word and in your online version. So the online version gives you more capabilities when it comes to editing, for the conciseness, for the grammars, the inclusivity or the inclusiveness of the document, na pag-usapan natin lahat yun. And lastly, nilagay natin yung ating document diretso sa PowerPoint presentation without you actually doing the copying and pasting. Yan.
Yeah, thank you so much, Eufer. So in terms of your PowerPoint presentation, continuation, same thing, vice versa, pwede mong ilagay directly from PowerPoint, from your document as long as you have styles. Remember, styles is very important in creating a good document, and at the same time, reuse it in using PowerPoint presentation, using the outline, insert from outline feature in PowerPoint. And earlier, I also showed you how to design your slides in terms of creating yung mga images, 'di ba, yung mga stock images, so that you would be hindi ka mademanda or what, you're using other images, 'di ba? So maiwasan yung mga 'yan. We didn't have time. Smartart is another great tool that you can use in PowerPoint. If you have a bullet, let's say planning, analysis, and design, aside from design ideas, you can actually convert that to a Smartart. Okay, so yung mga nahihirapan in creating an organizational chart, another way to do it is use Smartart. Okay, what's next is in terms of presenting your ideas, kailangan may impact. So in terms of that, maganda you put Morph Transition, let's say an image, a small image, going to the next slide without you looking for animations that can grow, shrink, and focus on this area. Just create a new slide and then insert the same image and use the Morph Transition. And it actually works also with text. And what's really nice here, lalo na pinag-represent ka, the power of your notes pane with your presenter's view, it gives you cues in terms of what you need to talk about on the certain slide. And ako, let's say, ako magpe-present and then suddenly something happened to me, and let's say si Eufer, hey Eufer, I'm not feeling well, can you present this? So the cool thing there is if you share your PowerPoint presentation with notes in place, you're actually helping the person to tell ano yung mga insights or the things that you want to emphasize during your presentation. So at least Eufer is guided also, no? Okay, and lastly, if you want to present your ideas, kung wala kang someone or 'di ba kumukuha ka ng someone na, oh, can you give feedback in terms of my presentation? Why not try to use presenter coach kung wala naman sila? Okay, kawawa ka naman. De joke lang. So your presenter coach, you can use the desktop version. Okay, so as long as you're using Office 365, you have that. Pero if you're using the online version, it actually levels up dun sa presenter coach natin, wherein you can actually show body language and presenter coach gives you feedback and use some screenshot para to reiterate na sang slides or some part ka nagkaroon ng blocking or 'di ba yung you're too far or you're too near dun sa camera. Okay? Now, if you want to learn more in terms of how to use Microsoft Word and PowerPoint, the cool thing here is, lalo na if you're a student na gusto mo may validation, gusto mo magkaroon ng edge in terms of employment. So what's really nice is you can actually take a course from us using the Word 2019 and the PowerPoint 2019. We have a great mentor dyan, yung professor natin or instructor natin si Miss Mel, who actually teach, 'di ba? Yung PowerPoint and Word. Okay? So ayan. So if you're naman someone from an office worker, 'di ba, na parang okay, I need to validate my skills and I need promotion, 'di ba? So the cool thing here is once you finish the course, you pass the exam, globally recognized yung ano niyan, yung validation ng pagpasa mo doon
Certificate.
sa exam, 'di ba? May certificate ka, at the same time you have digital badge that you can show to everyone in your social media na, by the way, I am a passer of Microsoft Office Specialist. Okay? So, if you're interested in getting an exam or taking the exam or with training with us, you can email us at learn@line-lnd.com. Okay. So, we also want to extend our invite, no? So, ngayon natuto na kayo, 'di ba, in terms of using Word and PowerPoint, but you want to have more insights in terms of using the applications, yung Office, yung Microsoft Teams, especially on the workplace, 'di ba? So, we encourage everyone to please join us in the Modern Work Heroes community here in the Philippines. Just go to bit.ly/mwhc-ph. So, our current team right now, since it's International Women's Day, di ba? So, it's challenge accepted. Ayan. So, that would be on March 26. Okay? If you want to
Friday
register.
na yan, ha?
Diba? Friday na, no? So, you go to aka.ms/mwh March, diba? So, ano ba meron dyan? So, challenge accepted. Ito po yung matututunan nyo in terms of the session. We have Women Empowerment by Drizzle. She's a Microsoft MVP. Ang ituturo niya dyan is the Power Apps or yung Power Platform. So, imagine if you're, dati, para magkaroon ka ng mga approval form, kailangan may taga-encode ka or may mga coders ka na kailangan gumawa ng system. Dito, papakita niya na you can actually create a system, okay, a flow wherein from low code, as in sobrang minimal lang code mo, to no code. Kahit wala ka, usually drag and drop lang, di ba? So, that's one of the session that something that you can watch out, di ba? During the session for March 26. Okay? We also have si Kla. Ayan, si Clarissa Lim. So she's actually in the call. She will discuss about work-life integration. She's the Pecky mommy. Ayan. So nandiyan, shout out Kla, nandiyan ka, di ba? Okay? And lastly, so to Eufer, si Abigail Howe. Yeah.
Yeah, so Abby Howe will talk about teka lang, hindi ko na makita yung kanyang topic, no? Finding her voice in tech.
Oops,
no? So,
sorry, my bad.
Ayan. Ayan. Okay. So, and also, no, hindi lang naman yon. So, we'll be raffling off 10 boxes. Ayan. Na naglalaman ng jacket, may shirt, may tumbler, may lanyard. No? So, malay mo naman, manalo ka tomorrow. On Friday. No? So, yan. So, we'll be raffling 10 boxes na naglalaman yan. Alright? So, but, of course, hindi ka lang naman pupunta dyan because of the raffle, right? So, pupunta ka dyan para matuto. So, hope makasama po namin kayo on Friday. That's 6 p.m. din. Okay. Kindly register dun sa link. Kindly go back to the link, Irwin. Ayan. So, aka.ms/mwhmarch. No, so kindly register on that link and then join us on Friday. Ipa-plug ko na din. Okay, kanina lang. So I've got invited in event naman ni Acer. So I'll be talking also on Friday at 2 p.m. Just go on to the Acer Academy Philippines, no. I'll be talking about gaming naman. Paano mo i-integrate yung gaming in the education space. Okay, so pag-uusapan natin diyan, marami tayong pag-uusapan when it comes to gaming or paglalaro inside the classroom. Yan. So, next slide. So, kita-kits po tayo. Okay. So, also, we would appreciate your time in answering this feedback form so that we will know where to improve. Ano po yung gusto nyong topic next time, because we are going to do this every 24th of the month. Okay, for 6 months. This is our second month. So, next will be on April 24. Okay, that is on Saturday. So, kindly answer this feedback form, and if you're going to answer this feedback form, okay, dun sa 6 session natin, we will be um, raffling off a Microsoft Office Specialist exam voucher. So we will be training you. Pag ikaw yung nanalo, isasama ka namin sa training namin, and then we will guide you on how to become a certified, no? Certified with Microsoft Office. Okay, so that's PowerPoint or Excel or Word, depende sa gusto nyo, we will train you on that. Okay? So yan, so balik po tayo dun sa survey ulit. Okay? Survey muna. Ayan, so we'll give you siguro 3 minutes lang to or 2 minutes to answer the survey. It's just very quick survey lang. Okay? And then so please make sure no na answeran nyo to, and then we'll be raffling off a Microsoft exam voucher sa dulo, no? So sa pang 6 na session natin, malay mo naman ikaw yung manalo, 'di ba? So sa amin na yung certification mo. Free na yung training mo. Okay, we'll help you prepare for the certification, and then we will administer the certification for you. Okay? So yan. So walang commitment 'yon. Okay? So basta answer this, and then we'll raffle off an exam voucher at the end of our Better Together series sessions. Ayan. Okay.
Oops.
Asan na?
Na-post ba? Na-post naman dun sa ating chat
Yes,
link,
it's
di
in
ba?
our chat box.
In the chat
Yeah,
link. Ayan.
okay.
So paki-click na lang po yung link dun sa chat box natin, no? So kindly answer the survey so that we can include you in the raffle. Now, of course, based dun sa ating survey last time, okay? Ang pag-uusapan naman natin next Better Together series natin is Microsoft Excel and PowerPoint naman. So how are you going to interpret your data? Okay? Or to present your data from Excel, and then ito transfer mo siya sa PowerPoint. Okay? Paano mo gagawin yon? So, right now, dun sa mga nandito sa call, you can now register. Okay? So, automatic register na yan, di ba? Tapos isasend na lang po namin sa inyo yung confirmation and the link to the to this webinar. So, session 3, kita-kits tayo, April 24, 2021, Saturday. Okay, since Saturday yan, agahan po natin 10 a.m. po tayo magkita-kita. Ayan, and then we're gonna learn together ulit. Okay, so next time naman it will be Microsoft Excel and PowerPoint. So again, Clarissa gave you the link for the survey. Kindly answer the survey. And of course, kindly, you may now register to our next Better Together session 3. Ayan. So thank you. Irwin? Oh, yan.
Yeah. So sakto, thank you.
Thank you. So, ayan. So we'll be giving back the floor now to Kla. Okay, thank you everyone for gracing us your time and attending our webinar. I hope na panay po kayo natutunan.
Yes, maraming salamat po sa lahat. Yes, Clark.
Yes, okay. So, do we have, at least a minute to answer one more question? May humabol kasi pero I think hindi nyo nasagot
Yeah. Go.
kanina. What if Tagalog yung pag-explain using the rehearsal or the PowerPoint or presenter coach?
Oh,
Mhm. Okay, good.
Would it still work?
Okay, so currently, it only supports English language as of the moment. But again, since sabi ko nga sa inyo, this is AI-powered na. We have internet connection. Ang dami ng changes in terms of technology. If that's something that you want, we can actually suggest that feature to Microsoft. Not promising, syempre, of course, di ba? Pero again, dahil nga powered, may AI na, meron na tayong mga languages in the cloud na pwedeng gamitin, eventually magkakaroon yan. As long as, kasi like for example, dati yung closed captioning only applies to English, to Mandarin, pero ngayon, you can actually translate when you speak in English, may Tagalog na, may Filipino. Dati wala yan. Okay, so it's just a matter of time lang. Parang kung yung kay Tony Stark nga dati from Iron Man 2, 'di ba? Yung isang element na kailangan niya nahanap dun sa time niya because wala pa dati dun sa father niya. So, 'yun.
So
Mga
yeah.
avid fan dyan ng mga Avengers, 'di ba?
Thank you, Irwin and Eufer. So that wraps up our session. We would like to thank all of our participants for today's Better Together series. We appreciate your time in attending this session. We hope you learned something new today from your partners from Line Learning and Development Solutions. Thank you. If you want to know more about Microsoft Teams, Word, PowerPoint, and all other Microsoft solutions, please get in touch with us. Do like our Facebook page at facebook.com/linelearning and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Details are also posted in the chat box for your reference. As a reminder, this recorded session will be available via our YouTube channel in the following weeks. So please don't forget to answer the survey, and that's it. Thank you for attending. We hope to see you in our future sessions. Stay safe and stay home, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.